Guys, it is getting real. I feel so pregnant, but I'm back today to share with you more of these days in the final countdown as we prepare for baby P to come into the world. We did some grocery shopping, some cooking, some hanging out. If you're new to my channel and you like these kinds of videos, I have a whole playlist. I've been making these videos for like the last year and a half. So yeah, I will have that link down below. And with all of that being said, let's all jump in, except for me. I'm gonna slowly walk in because I'm very pregnant. All right, so we're starting off this video at night, and I just wanted to show you Dan's progress. Like I said, I'm gonna keep giving updates of the room as he moves forward. It's been actually insane to watch, but there you go. Now, I mentioned this recently in one of my other Day in My Life videos, but I've been really into dates lately. So I ordered these Julie dates. They're organic dates and they had super high ratings on Amazon. So those are the ones I've been ordering, and I decided to make my current favorite dessert out of these. I've actually messed with the recipe a little bit since I recorded this, but this was like my first basic attempt at making these, and that was just scooping in peanut butter and then adding chocolate chips. And maybe I've mentioned this somewhere already. I think on Instagram I did. I'm actually obsessed with freezing these now. I think it's way better. It tastes like a frozen peanut butter cup coming out of the fridge. And I actually, like I said, have changed up my mixture and recipe a little bit, but just basic like this is so good. By the way, the reason I got into this is because supposedly if pregnant women eat dates, it can help with a smoother labor. So willing to try everything, people. And then on the TV was, surprise, surprise, America's Next Top Model. So at this point, I started to make Dan and I dinner. So I fried up or caramelized or whatever the term is, these white sweet onions. And then I threw some eggs onto the pan once the onions had gotten a chance to cook, and added some pepper and some salt. Then I grated some of my Cabot cheddar cheese that I picked up from Costco. And I like to typically, side note, turn the pan off at the very end when I'm melting the cheese, because I don't like eggs to be overcooked. I like them to be like just right, barely cooked. So then I put the eggs on some sourdough toast that had avocado spread on it. And then I added the eggs, some red chili pepper flakes, crunchy sea salt. Bowser wanted it. Sorry, Bowser. And then I also threw some cilantro on top and had a side of blueberries. Fast forwarding to the next day so you can see what was going on in the room in the daylight. It's just so beautiful. I was worried about putting these walls up and losing some of this gorgeous natural light, and it turns out that that was not a concern, because the amount of windows in this room keep it so bright and sunny. And there I am, hydrating myself and gathering the strength to go shopping. We got this. I have this random shot of Aldi because we actually picked up a couple things there on this day, but I didn't film in the store at all. I think I show you a little bit later though what we got. And then we also went to Costco, and you guys know I love Costco because I eat through so much fresh produce and I really enjoy their produce. But also it was one of those days where it's like, okay, I need to go get some steps in. So getting out, walking around just felt like a good idea that day. I was vibing with it. And so we went. And Dan on this day picked up some brisket that we did end up including in our freezer cooking, which I'm still very excited to share that video. I also picked up this amazing cranberry jalapeno dip, which, side note, also freezes really well in like smaller servings. And then I picked up another block of this Cabot cheddar cheese, and then just walked around Costco, looked at my list. And then on this day, we decided to try bubbly, which is just basically like another version of LaCroix. It's sparkling water. We did like all these flavors, by the way. And then I also picked up this jar of sun-dried tomatoes that I've actually since frozen in an ice cube tray so that I can pull it out in servings as needed, because I will not go through that many sun-dried tomatoes that fast. I also picked up some of these garlic herb almond things that are so good. So once we got back to the car, I obviously did not unload any of the groceries. I sat myself down, used my Thieves hand sanitizer, and, caught my breath from the strenuous walk around Costco. So this was my ginormous haul when I got home, and here's what I got at Aldi. This free-range organic chicken breast for freezer cooking that we were doing, and also they randomly had this 4-pack of Mama Chia at a super great price, so we picked that up. I think that was actually all I got at Aldi on this day. By the way, if your avocados are not ripe when you buy them, stick them in your cupboard and close the door so it's dark. And I think it allows them to ripen perfectly. So at this point, I really needed to clean out my fridge. I like to clean it out every like 2 to 4 weeks, depending on what's going on. And on this day, my fridge really needed it. So I took everything out, and then I took my damp microfiber towel and wiped down all of the shelves and the drawers. And then after I had wiped it down, I think it was a different rag, I sprayed my Thieves multi-surface cleaner and wiped that off as well. So checking back in with Dan, here he was doing manual labor, working hard, up and down the stairs, and he just continued to make progress. I think this was the day that he finished the drywall, by the way. So I decided to take a beverage break. I turned on some Fly Lady, popped open one of those cherry bubbly sparkling waters, poured it over ice, and drank my drink. And it was really yummy. Every time I drink a drink, a water bottle, a sparkling water, an iced tea, it always feels like an occasion, and I get way too excited. I guess I just really like being hydrated. So then after my beverage break, I continued to put groceries away, and I needed to vacuum this area where I store the onions because I really need to change my onion storage. It's in a wired box, so the onions like shed. It's not a good storage situation. By the way, I'm starting to stock up on things that I think I'll want to like nibble on during labor, and I felt like these Yum Earth organic lollipops would be a good thing to have around, and the ingredients are basic and awesome. Side note, I went to the door and Suja Organics sent me these wellness shots. I've only tried the immunity shots so far, but I really liked them and I thought I would just show them to you. Oh, another thing I got at the grocery store were these 2 chocolate bars that I wanted to throw in the freezer. I love Alter Eco chocolates, and this burnt caramel is amazing. And then I had been craving orange chocolate for a while, so I bought that. By the way, I must be mixing up my days because I clearly made a new batch of the dates, and I did it with like my updated recipe where I chop the chocolate chips and mix it into the nut butter and add hemp seeds and vanilla extract and chunky sea salt. Anyways, they had to freeze like single layer, but I wanted to transfer them into a smaller container now that they were frozen. So that is randomly what I did. And then I went back out to show you Dan's progress. I can't wait for this room to be done. It looks more and more beautiful every day. I actually think he might be wrapping it up in the next day or two, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, it's really beautiful. So for the end of this video, I just thought I'd show you Sweet Bowser's face. He's so cute. So on that note, everyone, that is it for this video. I'm gonna go back to prepping and nesting and resting and being on baby watch. I will hopefully see you guys back here soon. Even though it feels like he's coming any day, I actually have a feeling I have a few weeks. Also, if you're still listening to my voice, don't forget to check the info box for today's video giveaway and all of the info and rules around that. I really appreciate all of your support and prayers as Dan and I enter this next chapter, this next phase in life. It feels very surreal, I'm not gonna lie. So on that note, I'm gonna for real go now. Okay, bye guys.